Hello guys, DJParson and I'm back with the next video of the World Championship. You already saw number 1 and 2 of the games from the group stage number 2. And now the next two will be coming, and right now I have 1 win, 1 loss, and not the best. I have to do better here, probably have to win both following games. So let's go into game number 3. And here we are up against a Vojita, and I can grab the Engineering Genius. We don't see a wonder on the deck, but let's take a look at all the wonders and the leaders, of course. Colosseum, Acropolis, Joan of Arc, Magic Castle, some military actions. Žižka's also here. No Gutenberg, but Bach and Shakespeare, so could be a culture fest. Cook is also here, but no Suez Canal. The Red Cross, Hollywood, and Fleming and Chaplin. And project as well, Noble Gates. Okay, so yeah, I get that Engineering Genius, and Vojita now, will he grab probably Confucius? Yeah, Confucius and Rich Land, so he gets his leader and a good yellow card. And then on my turn, you can see the Acropolis and Hanging Gardens will come out, so yes, we would like to get that Acropolis on our turn. I can increase population, build that mine. We will see if he wants to grab the Acropolis. Yes, he does. Grab that for 2 civil actions. Meaning he has no free population. So I could play something here, could play the Dark Ages and hope for the religion or the development of warfare. But I decided to just use Alex instead, which is also fine. Will mean that we save some extra food, because we have that extra yellow cube from him. And I build that philosophy, and I can grab a drama. I mean, for the drama there is Bach and Shakespeare, so dramas are not bad. The biggest problem is the alternative is only HA cards. I don't want to grab Rich Land or Urban Growth from HA. I could have just grabbed Hanging Gardens, but for 2 especially I don't like that. And then Theocracy would have been okay, maybe. Because we would deny that from him with Acropolis. So that would have been fine as well, but drama is a pretty good tech. I would argue that is definitely also okay to just grab. And there is the religion, but he opens that on his turn, so he won't be getting that. And we have still 1 free pop, so we do get that free religion. That of course makes the drama a little bit less likely, but maybe we can rebuild that with Bach at a later point. But this is definitely a good start for us. He will also build a lab and then Engineering Genius 2 for 2 civil actions, so he does not want to go for that Theocracy. So I could still play the Dark Ages. Let us see if I do that. Yeah, I do. And we get the development of settlement now. And then I can grab the Code of Laws, can go for that next turn. Then I decide to build 1 extra mine, 1 extra bronze here. Just to put the population to use. Next turn we do get 1 extra population. And then maybe finally a wonder, like Forbidden City. There is also Imagi. Forbidden City this early is probably good, so probably looking for that. And then next turn we can also get the code. Then just to have it in hand, I guess I can take the Theocracy. If we go for code, Forbidden City and Theocracy, we have quite a lot of civil actions, so that is not a bad card here. Vojita will also play something, opens the development of crafts. We'll decide to go for Žižka. Build an extra farm, okay, that will work with Žižka at some point. And then, I mean, we had some tactics. We will need to know if he also grabbed one of those tactics for Žižka. Politics, that makes it of course more likely that he can, or that he has now drawn a tactic for Žižka. And on my turn now there's Forbidden City, which means we finally get a wonder. Can go for the code. Can go for Saladin. So we will start to have a lot of civil actions, and then I can increase pop and build a warrior so I don't have corruption. And then we are looking at quite a lot of civil actions from Saladin, Code of Laws, and the Forbidden City. And then I just keep those tactics. Sadly can't keep all of those colonization cards in hand. Sadly it doesn't work here. Uncertain borders, that's great that it comes out on our turn immediately. Just played that, so it was important that I get stronger, so that's really good reason to go for that extra warrior that I just built. And he pushed into that, and that is harsh. Losing the border conflict to just me having that extra warrior. That gives him some, yeah, some happy face problems soon. I guess he has the extra food production, so should be fine. We can increase pop here. And then iron for his next turn. And shows tactics, so he will be stronger, even building that extra warrior. Don't know what his plan for happy faces is. He still has 1 or 2 turns here. Yeah, he still has some time to get happy faces though. So I can't push, I can't play the aggression of course, so I have to skip politics and then just finish the Forbidden City. Yeah, just finish that, getting even more civil actions. And then there's 2 breakthroughs, so this is a perfect turn to just load up on some of those yellow cards. So 1, 2, and 1 reserves, maybe for food, maybe for something else. Maybe for irrigation next turn, or not the reserves, but in general irrigation next turn would be great. Let's see what Vojita does. He will open the Reign of Terror, that sucks a little bit. I did take the strength from Saladin, because else I couldn't defend, guaranteed. I don't know how likely it would have been for him to try the aggression. But I take that strength anyway, just to be safe. Sadly not enough to get stronger. He will get the monarchy for reduced cost thanks to the Acropolis, and then upgrade 2 of his iron. And he will leave that irrigation for us. So I again can't push anything, but I can go for the irrigation. Upgrade both of them, develop that drama, and increase population. So with that increased population, I could do a revolution next turn. Could take the strength again from Saladin, and then do the revolution for the theocracy. Let's see. I do take the strength, because else I would go down to very low strength again. He could try the aggression. So we will see if I indeed go for that theocracy or not. He will open 1 extra science for both of us. Grab the cartography. Upgrade 1 more of his iron and increase population. But now he has an active problem. He doesn't have any happy faces. We could even think about denying him that theology. So next turn he loses 2 yellow cubes and has an active uprising. I don't think we have Rebellion in the deck. That would have been great as well, of course. But we could think about denying him the theology. We don't really need it. That's one problem. 2 selections just to deny it. We'll see if I deem that useful. What I do deem useful is some iron, so I upgrade 2 of them, and then I do deny that theology. So to give him some extra problems, and still have to take the strength. Saladin is just giving 2 strength at the moment, but we have a lot of civil actions anyway, so I think that's fine. And then we can see how he wants to handle this. Dark Ages, no one loses any science, so not the Darkest Ages. And then he will go for Shakespeare, interestingly, and also the printing press, just Shakespeare to get out of the uprising. Doesn't really... I mean, maybe. We'll see if that works out. At the moment, just getting Shakespeare is just a solution for the happy faces. Grishka was giving him some strength, was giving some culture. Shakespeare is quite a long way from being enabled, but we shall see. And he still stays stronger than me. I will use this turn to go for the revolution. It is a pretty late revolution, and it's only for the theocracy. I don't know exactly if I like that too much. I guess I really need science. And I don't have enough science production to go for one of the other government forms. And maybe I can use this theocracy to build 1 extra philosophy. Alternatives here could have been grabbing the scientific method, but that would take quite a couple of turns to get that enabled. But I will also end with corruption here, I believe. Yeah. Oh, but drawing a tactic, a pretty nice one. We're still not really drawing any green cards, not any events, but we have a good tactic now, a really good one, or of a territory as well. Vojita will open developed territory, and he's able to win that with his cartography. Just one warrior for the developed territory 1 is pretty good. And he does grab that opera and cav, develop the opera, build 1, and then next turn he can go for those printing presses. He doesn't have that much population, but next turn he will have enough food for 1 more, so 2 population, maybe build 1 printing press, 1 pair, or even 2 printing presses. They are super cheap with Shakespeare, of course, so good use of extra population. I grab those cannons, I really want them. Increase pop, selected breeding to deny him that. I mean, he doesn't really have that much science, but he will soon, and he needs population, or he mainly only needs population. Now he has rock production, he has Shakespeare pairs, where he doesn't need a lot of rocks, he just needs population, so denying him that by grabbing the selected breeding here is pretty important. And I do build that extra philosophy, so I'm up to 3 science production now, and 1 more iron. So I also have pretty good production. I have that 1 drama now. With Bach I can go for a couple more of them, maybe rebuild the religion. And then I have a tactic plus the necessary cannons as well. And I do take the strength here just to be stronger than him. You'll see, I think he played most cards, and he will open the historic. Where I decide not to take it, he will win that one. And then he can go grab that strategy, develop the printing presses, and decides not to build 1. Wants to increase population, wants to not have corruption. I mean, he could have decided not to grab the strategy. It is a really expensive tech for the both of us. I guess I probably would have liked to get those. But he could have decided just don't take the strategy, grab the cannons next turn, and this turn get a couple of printing presses enabled, getting him a lot of culture and more science. He also really needs science, so if he had built 2 printing presses here, going up to 4 science production, that really would have helped him. But it's also, of course, fine to just grab cannons and strategy. They are very key cards. Good harvest. We have a lot of population now, and I can go for Bach, go for cannons. I can increase population, build that first cannon, rebuild a religion into that drama. So we are at 9 culture production now, he's at 4. So we will start to catch up a little bit, but that will change if he goes for some pairs with Shakespeare. And then I get a breakthrough, really important card here on 1 civil action. And then next turn I can build 1 more drama. I have enough population to just build it. And then we have good culture and we have a tactic. We even have that war. Sadly we don't have strategy, so going for that war would be a little bit hard. But we shall see. Border conflict coming right out of the deck. It gives us extra rocks and he has to destroy something. That's really good. That cannon paying off. And he can go for cavalryman, building that 1 printing press, having 1 pair, and then another one. So no other pair, but 1 more printing press and another cavalryman, building quite a lot here and revealing his hussars, giving him a lot of strength here. Would be scary if we didn't have our necessary tactic as well. I can just respond to this by going for my own cannon and fortifications pair. And I will do exactly that. Go up to 13 strength, increase pop, and building 1 more drama. Patriotism, revolutionary idea, and upgrade. Sadly, I couldn't grab the breakthrough as well. My hand is full, but I can use this to upgrade 1 more iron, so I have really good production. I still have population soon. I guess the biggest problem might be that I can't build more dramas. And he doesn't have the population to build more pairs. So he can't use Acropolis to build an insane amount of pairs because he just doesn't have those free workers to do so. And then H3 will start soon, but he has 1 more turn here in H2, not drawing H3 cards up to this turn. Grab reserves, frugality, destroy a farm, and then he does get that extra repair. So he will catch up in culture production, even overtaking us, and he has a little bit of a lead. But destroying his farm means, I mean, maybe he did some calculations. Let's see, he will have food from the reserves, maybe he's up to 5, and then frugality gives him 3 more, so 8. But he will be missing 1 food to increase population 2 times. Yeah, destroying that farm means he will have 1 population less in 2 turns. Could have thought about destroying the philosophy instead, maybe, but it's hard to tell. He has to be very careful where he will put his population. I'm still stronger, so I could push, but no, I decide to play the war over territory, hope to give him more problems. And then I have patriotism, so I will just be building 1 and 1 more cannon. Have to destroy that philosophy, but hopefully giving him a lot of problems. He can just build 2 cavalrymen as well, but he will have to destroy things as well. So I'm just using my advantage in having more population here to get stronger and make good use out of the war. We will be skipping the drawing phase for military cards, which hurts a little bit because they would be H3 cards, of course. But I have the Cold War that I can push next turn, so I have something to play in my politics phase next turn, and then I will be grabbing the Air Force for 3 civil actions as well. And then we will see what he does. Maybe he has a good card on top that would give him something. Scientific breakthrough is enough to give him the strategy, so that of course will help him in defending this war. Can increase population once, but as we said, only that 1 time. Has to destroy his lab, and then we actually go up to 25. So yeah, getting that 1 or 2 extra science from the scientific breakthrough does give him the strategy, so something I didn't count with. He still had to destroy some things, but overall definitely a good turn of events for him. He started to science production, had to destroy his lab, but they are okay. And then he will steal 1 yellow cube from us. Actually, he will lose 1 food here, so it's down to 3. And then after that he will get the yellow cube back, but then he can't increase population though. So that's actually still very, very big that he has missed out on that 1 food last turn. So that will mean he has 1 population for quite a bit. So yeah, war will be resolved at my turn. He will steal that 1 yellow cube. Thankfully I don't have a problem with that. And then I can still push and will open that inhabited territory. He bids quite high on that, 9+. That is only 1 cavalryman. So his cartography helping him with that. So that really solves a lot of his problems. Still not getting extra population from his 3 food. He would be needing 4 still, but he regains that population from the cavalryman. So it actually doesn't do that much for him. Helps him a little bit in the future, but right now he doesn't get extra population after sending away 1 cavalryman. I will grab a computers here, develop that, upgrade 1, and then I can take efficient upgrade as well as maybe engineering. Yeah, engineering can be great. Next one I can develop engineering, upgrade 1 more computers. There are, as far as computer leaders go, Marie Curie and Steve Jobs. And then there's also Churchill. We could just go for Churchill next turn, but the big problem is Bach's giving us 5 culture each turn. And for him the same. Shakespeare's giving him 4 culture as well. So H3 leaders aren't that great for us. We can just stay with our H2 leaders. He will open autonomous territory, and he's able to win that one as well. But this definitely looks like he will be sending a full army, and he does that. That is a lot of rocks gone. He just sent away 3 cavalrymen for some colonies. Pretty good colonies, granted. And he can take the food. And with that food, get back the population. Even has the wave, so he can start rebuilding here. And 1 more pair, or only that 1 printing press, getting more science production, but down to 15 strength. And 1 warrior, maybe to be able to defend. So we have hybrid war, which is actually not really good against him. He has enough happy faces now, thanks to those colonies and sending away a couple of units. And we actually only have one more, not happy face, but ignored worker from the Forbidden City. So it's not perfect for us. The hybrid war, I could just push the impact of harmony. We have a lot of population, so you usually have a lot of, or pretty good impact of harmony as well. But I do have Churchill available. I could just go for the war and one air force. Let's see what I decide for. I decide to just push here, and economic progress is revealed, and we will be having a lot of rocks. 15 at the moment. Can go for that engineering, upgrade that computer, grab the Manhattan project, which I can finish immediately in this turn, giving me quite a lot of strength and 10 culture, so pretty good from Wonder, I would say. And then next turn we still have that option to go for hybrid war and air forces, and now we also have that Manhattan project. So he has to feel pretty scared, pretty scary from us. We are still behind in culture a little bit, even after going for our first H3 Wonder, but we also have better production, but he has 14 rocks. But yeah, he definitely needs to be careful now with his strength. So we will see how he can do that. We'll grab a revolutionary idea and another one. Go for cannon. Destroy the warrior that he built a couple of turns ago. Go for a cannon. Reveal different tactic. The mobile artillery. He might also have an H3 tactic and just revealing this so it gets up to 19 strength. Destroys another farm. Builds another cannon, so 27 strength. And then he has 10 rocks plus 4 from the reserves. So he has enough for 2 air forces. He also has those 2 revolutionary ideas, so I can't really go for war. I don't have enough military actions and not enough rocks for 2 air forces, so I could only go for the 1. So I don't think going for the hybrid war would be worth it here. So I just push. And I will reveal the independence declaration. He has to lose one of his colonies. He has 4 different ones, so he probably can find one that he's okay with losing, like maybe even historic. Yeah, probably historic. And then I can grab the satellites, go for air force, build 1 up to 47 strength, and grab that Hollywood. I guess mostly grabbing away the Hollywood from him. He has engineering genius and a lot of rocks. There is only internet left, which would also work for him, but I think he would definitely be happier about the Hollywood. So we save that for ourselves. It's not that big for us actually, because especially once Bach is gone, it won't be that high. But he also doesn't have engineering, so for him it will be quite hard to go for the internet at all, depending on when it will come out. It does not come out here. Another territory, sadly I didn't develop those satellites that I have. He will be able to win this one for just 1 cavalryman. We'll grab military buildup, air forces, use the food to get 1 more population out, rebuild the cav. Can't grab the endowment. That would have been quite nice from the endowment. But yeah, of course, he still has to be quite careful. We are at 47 strength. If he didn't build this extra cavalryman, he would be in trouble. He should be safe now with the military buildup and air forces in hand. He can still go for 2 air forces, which is 20 strength. And then maybe some extra. Our biggest problem is military actions still. I could now go for the hybrid war, build 1 air forces, and then we would have 57 strength, as well as satellites, so I can maybe still go for that war here. Would have to destroy something, but I could easily destroy the iron. I guess I have to destroy 2 things, so maybe iron and yeah, there it starts to become harder to decide what we want to destroy. Could just try and focus on finishing that Hollywood. I maybe don't have to go for the war and do some catching up with Wonder. And I decide against the hybrid war, didn't want to lose that didn't want to have to destroy 2 things, one for the happy face and one for building the Air Force. But Cold War is revealed, so we get extra science. And then I can go for military theory. And Mech Egg, as well as endowment for us. Start building on that Hollywood. Have enough rocks for that next turn. So we will be able to finish that. He could now grab the internet, finish it next turn. But that will be most of his turn. We shall see if he goes for that. Can't even go for civil service. That is actually a really good card from here. And internet comes down to 1. So yeah, last turn definitely was debatable quite a bit. Still could have gone for the war. Could have grabbed some other things. Try to make it harder for him to finish the internet. Biggest problem here is that we will lose Bach before the Hollywood is finished, so it won't be that big, but he will also lose Bach before he can finish the internet. So he starts building on that. Will actually have starvation here. He will lose 4 culture for having no food. So yeah, food has been his big problem this whole game. And then I have input of population, happiness, and government. Government doesn't look too good. Population should be good though, so maybe we can push that. And H4 will start. We both lose our culture leaders here. And we will reveal the input of harmony. 20 for me, 16 for him. Super close here before our last turns, 140 to 142. But that is actually still enough for me to have that endowment of the arts enabled, so I can play that. Go for Steve Jobs. Develop these satellites, and then I have finished the Hollywood. Sadly, I'm missing 1 rock. If I had 1 more rock, I could develop the Mech Egg with Steve Jobs. That was my plan here. I have exactly enough science for that. Sadly, missing that 1 rock, so I can't use Steve Jobs for that. So I just decide to deny him the multimedia, because he could have gone for that with a revolutionary idea, maybe upgrade, make his internet better, so denying that seemed like a good idea. Because he does have a couple of extra rocks. He has reserves, 15 rocks, so him being able to just upgrade the printing presses would have been quite strong for him. So I will end, how much did I get for the Hollywood? Not that much, 12 only for the Hollywood, so not the best wonder. So I will end up with 169 culture. And he will also push, revealing the input of industry 8 to 6, which is slightly better for us. And then he can go for Mandela. Increase or get the food, destroy some military to have the happy faces. Doesn't have quite enough to build an extra opera and finish the internet, but he will finish that internet nonetheless for 13. Also not the biggest internet, so we both don't have the best wonders after losing our culture leaders. So he will end with 177 versus 177. So super close game here. As close as it can be before the impacts. And then let us see the impacts. Input of population 14 to 6. Yeah, that is a pretty big one. He had population problems this whole game. Did have some extra yellow cubes, but not enough to make up for the amount of population he had to send away and never upgrading his food. So that is a really good impact for us. Then there's variety 18 to 16, so also slightly better for us, but I feel that are my impacts and his could still come. Agriculture 4 to 1, so I think we have this 213. He will get 10 from the input of culture, but that is it. So 213 to 210, super close game, really well played by him. Yeah, not really comfortable with it being this close. I thought we had a better position when we had Bach and when we had the military lead. But yeah, not drawing a war, getting military actions too late. If there was an earlier military theory, it maybe could have gone for a better war. And only having the hybrid war, but not enough happy faces, kind of destroyed the hopes for that. Maybe I could have still, or should have still gone for that. Just destroy 2 ions and go for the hybrid war with 1 air force. But he also did a pretty good job defending. having the military buildup, air forces, and yeah, having enough military to prevent me from going for an easy war, while still being able to balance his rocks enough, having the pairs with shakes, producing him quite a lot, getting the internet in the end. So yeah, well played by him, really close game. And this concludes this video. So only one more game to come. You will see that next week. And that will be probably deciding if I advance to the next group stage or not. So keep updated on that, and see you next time, guys.